What's up, boys and girls? Jester here. Happy Sunday to everybody. It's another scorcher here in the Midwest. Again, not as bad as yesterday, though. Yesterday it was so heavy with the big number on humidity. Today, not as bad with the humidity, but still not a good day. It's a good day to stay inside and play video games. Just saying. So that's what we're going to do today. We've made some decisions, and I'm going to stand behind these decisions. We're actively done with the trader. If we happen to find something, we may run back and do it, get the next quest, and then we will have to go find that again. But the problem is we would have to backtrack. We know that the trader events only happen in populated cache locations. And we also know that it's got to be a very specific kind of cache. And yeah, we're going to look around today. And we'll probably even go over to Timberwolf real quick, and we'll look around and check that cache just to see. I've decided against going into Ash Canyon for the time being because I'll do that when I do that. I'm done. Once we figure out what we can and can't do, we may go back to Mystery Lake just to look at that cache again to make sure it didn't transform in some way. I don't think it's going to do that. So again, I don't feel like going to Bleak right now and seeing if it's there. I don't feel like doing it 3 or 4 or 5 separate times for these trader tales. We're just going to go with the trader. Isn't that important to me? It's a nice touch for long-term survival saves, but that's not what we're doing here. And I don't think there's ever a point where we can either trade for ropes, nor if we traded for ropes, would it be in the spirit of what we're doing. And we're going to find these caches eventually anyway. So if there's ropes there, we'll find them. I'm not going to worry about that too much. Let's bring up the game real quick. And let's just go ahead and get back in because I don't see much of a point here in really pushing for the Sutherland's Tale. It just seems silly to me at this point. Let's see where we left off here. We're in good weight distribution. We can go put one of those cooking pots on the stove. I mean, eventually we'll have all 6 so that we can just do whatever we want, but we're not there quite yet because we still want to keep one on us. There's a few other things we could potentially drop. Yeah, this is our little pile for that stuff. We can drop that. I think that's probably it from that category. Holding the steak, and we've got 3.5 liters of water. We're not going to go until in the morning. Well, I guess we could. We could just sleep up there. Yeah, we'll go in the morning. Weather looks shit. May want to think about hunting another bear, honestly. We may need to go find out where the moose is going to be spawning for here too. I got a suspicion it's going to be where you go up to get to Skeeter's. I think it's going to be right there as you start up the hill with that burned out shack. It's going to be on the ice, which is a good place for us because we can get a pretty clean shot and pretty safely at the moose. Should be able to bring him down in one or two bullets. Again, that's just extra meat. The bears are fine. Like, we're totally fine with bear meat. We did hit cooking level 4. How far along did we come on that? We got a ways to go still to get to cooking 5. But that would be nice. That would mean we could start to leave stuff cooked and done for later use, and we can just eat it even if it's ruined. That'll be pretty big. That will be what we want for Camp Office. So we want to gather a whole bunch of meat, get it cooked up, and then leave it there because that's just going to be something we can pick up and go with. It's probably going to be deer meat, I would imagine. 'Cause it's travel food. Because I don't really feel like hauling a bear or moose to that location. But we could. I mean, again, we're mostly going to be flying by the seat of our pants as we get out and get the ropes. We're going to be looking at all these new regions and looting them we're going to be looking at everything, not taking all the loot, but like we'll have food that we can grab. It's just ready to eat food as we clear out these regions of the ropes. There's a reason why I didn't want to loot much in all of these regions. It's because I want that stuff to kind of be there. Now, Mountain Town's going to be a little bit tougher because we did have to absolutely loot that out. And we looted a little bit in HRV, but not a shit ton. But again, we're only going for ropes. So just pick up some food, maybe grab any water we find, and then, yeah, go from there. So, and I'm happy with that. Fire starting, we got a ways to go. That could be something we could get into, is just set a bunch of fires. We got tons of matches, so I don't know why we wouldn't do it. Yeah, things are happening though. We're really thinking about moving on. Let's go ahead and take care of our gear here as well, because I know some of our stuff is down a little. That's not bad though. I think we switched it out for one that was in the 80s. I think it was down to 60 something. And then if we don't kind of find anything in the caches, we can come back and start collecting wood and we can start to build and craft. And I don't think anybody's going to have too big a problem with that. All right, let's drop the whetstone. Let's get this to 100%. Let's get the pistol back to 100%. We'll double check our gear. Yeah, we were using the pistol over in Coastal Highway. Always good to keep your equipment in good repair. And then we can drop that. We didn't grab our hacksaw. Is that a problem? No. It's only a problem if we wanted to go after more containers. Wait, no, we have a hacksaw. It's right there. Good Lord. I'm blind as a bat. It was right in front of me the whole time. Okay. Because I was looking at the pry bar, not even looking to my right. We're good. We're fine. We picked it up. It's in decent repair. We'll find another pry bar, probably a better repair than this. I think we brought an extra one home too, so we can take it up to the fishing shack for just in case we need it. But yeah, let's think about sleeping. Oh, actually, hang on a minute. Hang on a hot second. We didn't grab our cloth. That's okay. We have cloth here. Let's fix our bedroll. How long is that going to take? 40 minutes. Fair enough. All right, we're going to be picking up a couple of steaks and we're going to head up to the 2 caches. We'll go the long way to see if we can find a moose or something, but we're not super tired. We're going to have to pass a little time, unfortunately. I'm shocked how quickly we got the bearskin bed. We did good. We're going to have to pass at least another hour here. That's pretty close to morning. Let's eat a steak. Take a big swig of that water. And let's sleep as long as it'll let us. Aurora. Doesn't matter, we haven't found the bunker. We're free from that cycle right now. We haven't found the bunker. We're not even going to be looking for the bunker, really. All right, our main goal for the day is to get up and check the 2 caches here. And then if we need to, we're going to jump into Timberwolf And we're going to check the cache there. That could be a little bit tricky, only because there was a bear that was spawning right there by the cache location. Going up around it. Hang on, I knew that fucking wolf was going to be there. He just walked right up on us. Let's get him down here on our terms. That's why you always double tap. Wasn't that a Zombieland thing? Oh no, hang on. The R button's not working again. We're gonna have to go in. Good God. Let's go in. Let's put that away. That creates our save. We're gonna let it save. I'm going to go to that screen because we're gonna stop the whole game because that's what worked last night. We're gonna quit and confirm. And we're gonna quit. And then I'm gonna bring up the game separately. And you know that's what I'm doing because my model disappears. I don't know why it does that. It shouldn't. It's got something to do. I wonder if that would change anything. Okay, well, we can't do that because of how we're capturing it. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I learned something new today. All right, let's go ahead and restart Long Dark. We're back. We'll let it load. All right. I did buy beer today, by the way. I like beer. I'm not overdoing it. As long as I don't overdo it, everything's fine. But I like beer. I like it a little more in the wintertime when I'm not losing as much liquid as I am during the day. All right, here we go. And resume. Let's make sure we can reload now. And we can. Okay. And off we go again. Now remember, we've got the rifle. So if we find the moose, we could ultimately kill it. Also, remember, we haven't even looted out everything in Pleasant Valley yet. We have not looted the plane crash. We've not looted Molly's. My house, the farmhouse. It's not Molly's, it's my house. I would take one for the team with Molly to live in that situation. Let's just put it that way. I'm comfortable with that. We didn't grab a lot of meat here. That's fine. We might stop by the farmhouse and pick up any food there and look around just to see, because we haven't been there yet. We've passed by it, but we've not been inside. At any point we want to, we could do the signal void bunker for this region. Just go up, fix it, and then come back down. Like first thing in the morning, we fix it and we come back down and post up over by where the bunker's going to be, which is up by 3 strikes, sort of. If I remember correctly, this is not even close to where the moose was going to spawn. That there was no markings here. I do get confused sometimes between my runs. We also know that there is a bear spawn off in the birch forest. We also know, well, it's up here, but there's a bear spawn back there. And I don't know if that's the bear spawn that's over there is up. I think it's this one over there. and it's just traveling up and back and not coming over towards town, which would be much better. That'd be, delivery. I don't know about the bears on this side of the map, though, so we'll have to watch for that. Whether the bear that patrol, he comes up from where near the bunker is at, the signal void bunker, whether or not he is up, shit, would make a difference. Okay, I don't see him. He's triggered. Hang on, let's force him down one alley here. Might have even lost him. Nope. All right, let's force him down one alley where he's got to come to us on a flat surface, and let's just go ahead and put one in his dome here. Look at the pathing. It's so herky-jerky, man. The pathing is so not right, but we deal. Damn, I think he's moving shit around upstairs. Big rolling over my head. I am excited, though. I got final approval today to build, and actually I think I'm going to get his help, which I don't want necessarily. I don't want to say it that way. Dad is for projects like this, he's a manager at heart, and so am I, so we clash. we clash a lot when we do projects like this together. But I brought him down, showed him the basic gist of what I was trying to do with the area today, and we agreed where it could be put. And I don't know that it's going to be everything I want it to be. It may end up being a lot smaller, and then later down the road, we'll eventually do the cooking area, the set that I want. That's Timberwolves, by the way. That's got to be Timbies. We can avoid them. We don't have to waste bullets on them. We don't need them for nothing. We can go the long way. I don't care. We're going to go over let's go to the barn, which I think we've looted, but we did not loot the farmhouse. This might also tell us if the bear from over there by the rope is up. So really not a bad play here. We'll just avoid the Timbies. But yeah, that project is greenlit. I showed him the parts. I showed him the things. As far as money and stuff goes, what it was going to cost. Not that that's any burden on him, because it's my money. But at the same time, like, I wanted to know that, like, this isn't going to be one of those half-ass finished projects. Like, I've got the money to do it the way I want to do it. And we can go from there. And he agreed that I'd thought it out. Except for a couple of things. The ventilation is going to be a problem. I expect to leave a lot of it open air, but I still want air movement without sound. And if I'm being honest with you guys, like, this is legitimately what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about installing like some 140 millimeter fans, like computer fans, and just do cutouts into the soundproofing wall that I'm going to have and pull fresh air from the other side so that we're getting cooler air that's being brought in, but it's not, it's a silent fan, and it's not going to be a high volume, but at least it's getting air moving, which is what it's got to have. Look, I'm underground, so we've got an ambient temperature that's down here. Like, it's not even remotely close to what it is up in the garage just by coming down here, even without the AC on. And I do have an AC for the bedroom area, but this is a big fucking area. It's really hard to contain air in any one spot. But I fear if I build this box, I'm just going to end up with... a stagnant air situation, and that's not what I'm looking for. I want there to be air movement where things are swirling around and yeah. The alternative is to give up the dream of the cinema and not make the front room happen. That's the alternative. If that's going to be the case, I'm going to go full ham in here. I'll build a space just for the computer. I'll build a couple of sets. where we can film into. It'd be a lot easier to do it that way, if I'm being honest. It's just not aesthetically pleasing. Not at all. Not even remotely. But it would be a lot easier to pull off. And let's be honest here, I really want a place that's not my bed where I'm watching television. Right? I want a place where I can come and sit and have a chill and veg on a show or something. Like, I don't think that's too much to ask. What I'm trying to do with it's probably a lot to ask, because we're talking about an 85-inch fucking, you know, QLED. Like, we're not talking about some little peasant fucking setup here. We're talking about a big cinema type experience with at least a soundbar and subs. Probably just a soundbar and subs, if I'm being honest. Did we not loot here? Or did we just not take anything? I think we just didn't loot here. I guess we'll take that, actually. Because we're a little light on meat. If we're gonna go to Timberwolf, we're gonna have to hunt something at Timberwolf with our current meat steak. We've got like 2 steaks. Yeah, so, and we're already hungry. We need to eat one. We'll eat the candy bar first. And then a steak. And then we'll drink some water. We've got a cooking pot. We can make water. We didn't bring any fuel with us, so we'll have to scavenge for that. Let's go over here to the farmhouse. Let's take our first look inside the farmhouse. We've not been in here yet on this save. I don't think. If we popped in, we didn't grab a thing. So this will come down to, like, I hope cooking pot and shit that's in here. Because that gives us 5 on our stove back home. So we'll probably go ahead and pick that up. Just carry it with us. We could also... I don't know how to work this, really. Because if there's a little more... And I guess it's yellow paint. I guess. When it comes to the trader stuff. Like, just tell me which region I need to go to, and I'll go there and do the thing you asked me to do. But don't tell me I need to go search all the regions to find the one thing. That is not time effective for me. That is an absolute artificial inflation of all playtime. Kingdom members know we don't do that here. We don't like that here. We'll take the carrots to eat, snack on those. We already came in and got we've been in. We got the cooking pot already. Okay, that's fair, I guess. We probably didn't loot out everything, or hardly anything, but we came in and picked up this. All right, well, let's look around. We haven't looted here at all. Let's see if there's any ammo or anything super useful that we need to do right now. Hopefully we find some lantern oil. It'd be right over there if we were at my house. Take the soda. I saw Maglins back there, but we don't need it. We'll take another soda. That's always just free shit. We don't need first aid right now. Let's go upstairs. This is our armory and our main save. Bathroom has got water. How much? We can probably leave that for the time being. Make sure we're not going to be missing out on any ammo before we head out is kind of the thing. And we would have been, because there's some revolver, and we'll take the film too, because we're going to start taking pictures soon. Why I chose that, I don't know. And then there really shouldn't be anything over here. Nothing extravagant anyway. Yeah, no, nothing that we need to worry about here. This is what most of our looting is going to look like going forward, by the way. Pick up a few things that we might need and then move on. We're not staying anywhere. It's gonna be great. We might pick up a few more carrots if they're in this little bin here. Take the lantern fuel. Shouldn't need those. Might need those though. Wow, there's a whole ass bag of salt right there. Only taking carrots. Ah. And I didn't take a single potato. All right, we'll take the whetstone though, because we're low on those over here. We've got fuses enough to do what we have to do. Don't need any of that stuff. Yeah, I say we just move on. It's so weird leaving shit behind. It is so fucking weird. Like, it bothers me to, you know, the core of my soul, but like, we just don't need this shit. We just don't need it. I see wolves off in the field. Don't know if that bear is spawning that goes over there or the one over by the rope is spawning or either. What was that over there? Oh, it's a buck. Okay. So we'll go down here by off the river and we'll go north. We'll go up to the, I feel like they're trying to send us to the Prepper's Cache. The one that's always there. That's always got the same kind of shit in it. Not the one by Plane Crash that can be populated, but the one that's always got some shit in it. Up by the transition. But that doesn't make sense traveling that way. I guess we'll see. I am glad that I'm on time tonight. We're going to play for a few hours. We're going to try this kind of stuff. And if it doesn't work, we'll pivot just a little bit, I guess. And we'll start building. And then that'll probably be it. We'll probably be ready to go out on our first adventure that I think is going to end up being Hush River Valley for the ropes. It's one of the furthest regions away we can get. It's not the furthest, but it's one of the furthest. And it would be nice to get those, I think it's 7 ropes home. It's a lot of ropes in one region. That automatically puts us at 10 already. Like, this is going to go, like, there's more ropes around than people think there are, and they just add up over time. You know, Mountain Town, it's got 4 that I know of. And then I almost always find a loose one in that same place. All right, we're watching real heavy here for that moose. I don't know if this is his spot or not, but we do not want to be stomped. That would change things drastically. Hell, the moose could be out by Pensive. I don't know. I ain't been up there to look. We've gone by it a couple of times, but I ain't really stopped to look because we're not really here to loot. You know, other regions, it's weird because I think there's only 2 ropes here in Pleasant Valley. Maybe 3. But we'll find those as we find them. That's why we haven't really been looting shit out. So let's go back over by the other cache and just triple check because we know that one was populated, but it's not one of the specialty ones. It was just a populated cache, which an average player wouldn't know the difference. Honestly, they'd be super happy they found a cache, and I was too. I was super happy, but it's not like the hunter's cache where you get the pistol, and I want that pistol pretty bad. So going to Timberwolf just to take a look isn't a horrible idea. It's just that I don't know if anything's there or not. We did narrow it down quite a bit. We know there's nothing in HRV and there's nothing in Mountain Town. But Mystery Lake and Pleasant Valley are both populated. And the only other regions we've been to is Coastal Highway, which there's not one there, right? And then we've been to Timberwolf, which we didn't go to, but we know where it's at. And then Ash Canyon, which is just a real bitch to get to. There's another rifle that we just don't need, but okay. It finally happened after a couple of episodes. We finally dust popped again. I hate that, but I understand. It's just such a waste of ammo. 69 rounds. Hell yeah. Well, 69 extra rounds. It's crazy. We have not looted Plane Crash. We don't need to. It's just gear and stuff. It's just cloth to us mostly. Sure, there's some food and stuff here. There'll be some drinks and there'll be some airline meals, but I don't really want to fuck with those right now. I don't need to. We own Pleasant Valley, just saying. This is our home. We know it well. And for right now, I don't need to do anything with this part of the map. There's lots of loot here, though. There will come a time where we come up here and we grab everything and take it down. We get all the cloth down there. We break up all the gear into cloth. And we got extra cloth for when we come home and need repairs after a long hike getting ropes. Like, that's what it's there for. It's just a small stockpile. But we know for a fact this was populated and it is not a named type cache. It's just a generic one. They're still good and we're happy we got it. But it's not what we need to advance Sutherland. Timberwolf might be. It might be. You know I'm kind of speaking out of my ass here, but it's possible that we go to Timberwolf and we go ahead and kill the bear there and just leave the meat. We can cook it later, or we can cook it now and just let it rot, because we're not going to be back through there for a while, and we'll be cooking level 5 by then, and this will help us get to cooking level 5, so there's that. That might be the play, because we know we're going to have to go back into Ash and into Timberwolf. Timberwolf's going to take a lot of work to get the ropes out. I don't even know how many ropes are in Timberwolf. I just don't. First of all, let's refuel our lantern. Perfect. Let's, do we need to eat anything? We can eat some carrots. Just get them out of the inventory. We got plenty of them. Hell, we may just bring everything back down to base from here. It's hard to say. Let's see what we left behind. Wait, there's loose bricks. None of these are specific then. Then none of these are specific at all. You just have to find the populated ones. That changes everything, boys. That actually changes everything. Like, honestly, that changes everything. Because we already know where 2 populated ones are. We just need to find another 1 or 2. So this is not nearly as difficult as I thought it was going to be. And we can already tell you that HRV and Mountain Town are not it. There's nothing there. This went off a little bit different than I expected. Okay. Yeah. So should we just run and try Ash at this point? and see if there's something there, because we don't know if there's something there. Actually, we shouldn't. We should go back to Coastal Highway right now. Jesus Christ, what am I even doing? There's no fuel here. I was kind of hoping there'd be fuel. Like a jerry can or something. Look at the fucking MREs. Let's go. So was this the food cache then? And I was just wrong? And I was just dead ass wrong? There's the recipe. Okay, so this is the food cache. I was just dead ass wrong. Okay, so we got to go back. We have to go back like right now. I would love to find a jerry can, like honestly. That would make my day with some good shit in it. You know what? I'm gonna grab that because it's extra for later. We'll grab that because it's a backup. Don't need the picture. We can always come back up here anytime and research this stuff. That changes a lot, actually. Because if that's the way it works, then we already know where 2 of these are at. We just got to go back over and put the thing in and do the thing. I'm feeling fairly confident that we can accomplish that. Which means we would go back to Mystery Lake after we do this encounter and just pull the loose bricks there. Half of me wants to go to Timberwolf to see if it's populated. Now that I understand, we're gonna end up with a badly sprained ankle here, but we're doing this because YOLO. Because it is the most direct route down, so we're just gonna do this. We picked up some fire logs that we can absolutely burn. Don't give a shit about them in any way, shape, or form. We should probably not go all the way around because there was wolves patrolling that field. So maybe we'll circumvent them by going on the river to get back home. Okay, I did not expect that outcome. So maybe we do go ahead and do the trader shit. If that's how it's going to be, what that kind of means is we just need to find one more cache. It's not a fucking rope anchor, is it? Negative. Okay. Kind of had that look about it, but I know where we are. We come down here and make the left and head towards home. We're heavy. We picked up a bunch of fire logs. We can burn those. I don't care. They're not for display. We're not worried about displays so much this run as we are with ropes themselves. That's about the only thing. We will clean up the house at some point, but like, you know, right now it's fine. So what that should mean is we should immediately get the second part of Sutherland's Tale. And then we can go to Mystery Lake immediately and pick up the second part. And then we're going to have to go to Timberwolf and then to Ash and check both of those. I'm going to have to do some homework on Ash. I don't even remember how to get to that motherfucker. It's convoluted. All the other ones in this game are not that hard. We can also go to Bleak. That should be all of the choices, right? That should be all the choices. We should only have to check a couple of places because we already checked HRV and we already checked fucking Mountain Town. There's nothing there. Tell me if I'm wrong. And then whatever the last mission is us going to blow up the actual Prepper's cache that's up there by the rope to Timberwolf. And we won't be able to get back in there again. So we'll need to pull everything from that area and make sure we get it all. Or at least anything we need before we blow up and it can't get back in. I know the story. I know what happens. I've seen spoilers. It's been too long, and I'm not upset that I've seen spoilers. It's just that I know where it goes, sort of, and what it does. But I don't know. But this gives me hope we can accomplish it, because we can go pretty light and get back over to Mystery Lake, jump into there and pull the loose bricks and have at least 2 of these missions done. And then it's a bit of a hunting game. Potentially we could go and check Ash and Timberwolf before we go to Mystery Lake for part 2. Because I think you just got to find the right cache. And we've already seen quite a few of them, really. Well, this is taking a complete U-turn because the way they've implemented it, actually that changed everything now. It just sucks they did it this way without saying, hey, it's this region. I'm not asking you to hold my hand and tell me where in the region it's at and put it up on the fucking map. I'm just saying, give me a region. But of the 3 guys we're looking for, I know where 2 of them are at currently. And that's better odds than I thought we had last night. Much better odds than I thought we had last night. We're going to bypass the birch forest. We're just going to walk down this way and try to keep away from that bear. Yeah. Just some nice walking here. All right. Yeah, we'll go around. It's fun. But yeah, the detour I didn't think we'd be making tonight. We're going back to Coastal, like straight away to put this in the box. We're not going to make it before nightfall. Even when we get back and lighten up, I don't think we can make it back to Quonset before nightfall. And even then, we got to make it to the box to put it in the box before nightfall. And then the Aurora hits. We talk to Sutherland, and he'll tell us about the second task. Which we already know we can maybe accomplish in Mystery Lake. If Timberwolf Mountain's cache is the hunter's cache, I'm going to feel real stupid for not just going and doing it when we were there. But it's fixable. But I will feel pretty fucking stupid for not doing it. We were there. We should have done it. And yes, we're walking heavy again. In case you didn't know, my name's Jester IRL, and we're going to be carrying ropes from every region in the game back to the Kingdom Center here in Thompson's Crossing, Pleasant Valley. This is what we're going to be doing. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell. That way you know when we go live. It should be around 6 p.m. Central Time on Saturdays and Sundays. Last night, it was just one of those days where it got super hot and I got kind of burnt out as far as temperature-wise. I needed to cool off. Yeah, we started a couple hours late. Or an hour late last night. Going forward, as we get towards the cooler parts of the year, that won't be a problem. At least I don't think so. The other thing I can do in the wintertime, and here's the beautiful thing with the way I'm going to set this up, is I can just open that fucking window, because there's going to be a window in my studio. I can just open that window and just let the cool air flow in or flow out, and it's like natural AC. I can do that as we get into, you know, the cooler parts of fall and the beginnings of spring and all through the winter. It's just once we start getting warmer and warmer, I don't want to have that window open and counteracting the AC. Like I said a bit ago, it's good news. The project is confirmed. It will be getting done in my 17 days off. Pops came down and helped me work out. Well, I helped him work out the concept. He thinks we need a lot more structure on stuff, and I'm like, I don't think so, because it's just temporary. Like, it's not built to be a major thing. Like, it's not a new structure inside the house. It's just something that I'm putting up, putting some sound panels on it, some soundproofing on it, and that's it. Like, it doesn't have to be more complicated than that. We could pull it down at a moment's notice if we wanted to. That's kind of my concept. He wanted to build something a little more sturdy. And I get that because that's his thing. For anybody that doesn't know, my father is extremely craftsman oriented. He does stuff. I've got things that he made for me. He whittled a golf ball in the image of a Jester logo. He whittled out of a wood block another Jester logo. I've seen some of the shit he does. He's actually got a Mortimer, believe it or not. He didn't know he was making Mortimer. He didn't know that was our mascot, but he's got a Mortimer that he carved out of wood. And it sits upstairs. I've asked him for it, and he's like, no. I'm like, damn it. Come on, that's my mascot. That's my boy. He's like, no. I'm like, okay, fine. So he's trying to over-engineer it a little bit, which is going to cost more money. I think we're going to be just fine without over-engineering it. Because I think there's going to be more money in it down the road with how air moves. During the summertime at the very minimum. There's going to be a big problem with how air moves. And I need to be able to draw in cool air and just keep even a whirlwind. But it's got to be at lower RPM. And it's got to be enough to where it doesn't feel just sticky and shitty in the area. I mean, who wants to sit in a workspace that feels sticky and shitty, right? Like nobody. And I agree with you. If we're not careful, I think we're going to run into a couple more wolves right over here to the left. We might be able to miss them. Make sure that damn bear isn't tracking us right now. It's been a while since we put him down. He could be out lurking. That was our first bear, as a matter of fact. So yeah, he's definitely potentially respawned by now. We'll get home, we'll lighten up. We'll probably sleep through the night at home. We'll grab a steak or two. And we'll start eventually heading back over. There won't be any coal spawned yet because we just picked it all up like yesterday. You know, in a way, I'm going to have to include a segment about this in the first video and about how I was really down on it and then it was redeemed by how it was actually executed. which I still don't think is great. I still don't think it's great. I think they need to send you to regions to find the things. But it's more achievable the more you've explored. So Sutherland would be a much later game thing than what we're trying to do it right now. Maybe you guys understand what I'm saying. Maybe you don't. I definitely think Sutherland is more late game oriented content than trying to do what we're doing right now. We just get it done and out of the way so that we don't have to deal with it. All right, we should really start heading back towards the road. We shot one wolf over here, so maybe that wolf is gone. There's no moose going to be here, so that's not a problem. And I think off to the left there could be at least one more wolf. We should be clear the rest of the way, though, because we took out the one that patrols near our house. Oh, here comes the wind. It's sounding more and more stormy. You see that horizontal snow? This is going to go blizzard. I can feel it in my bones. So we're going to cut the distance. Whether or not we deal with the wolf, we're going to cut the distance. It's about to go blizzard. We're heavy and we're caught out. Shelter is just as close at home as it is over at the farmhouse. This is the right play. As soon as I see that absolute horizontal snow, I know it's going to go storm. Like, it's just going to do it. We may get spared a little bit here, and it may not go blizzard until we're a little closer, but like, all indications, everything just turned on us. It's going to go blizzard. So the idea here, survival-wise, is to get yourself lined up as best you can when you know there's a bad situation. So we're going to try to get to the top of this little rise right here, and we're going to look back towards Thompson's. And we're going to try to point towards a known structure, meaning right there, because we know if we walk in this direction straight, we're going to run into the church. And from the church, we can get home. We're not going to try to go around and get back that way. We're going to go as much in a straight line as we possibly can. And I'm already scanning to make sure there's no more wolves, and it doesn't look like it. So the other problem we have right now is we're right into the wind. But this is fine. We're not cold, so I don't care. It's just a little bit slower. I care for the sake of it being faster, but other than that, no. Is that a wolf down there to the left? Or is that a stump? It was a piece of a rock. Okay. I caught just the top few pixels of it, and it kind of looked like it was moving as I was moving. But the answer is no. It's not moving. It's not a wolf. And I do want to point out, I mentioned this last night, the biggest... Map knowledge is the biggest thing for you in this game, right? Number two, I believe, is kind of your decision making. And I can tie that into don't panic. Like, even when you're in a bad spot, stop, assess, do. Like, don't just, oh shit, what am I gonna do? Like, stop, okay. I know because of my map knowledge, I can go here, or I can go there, or I can do this. And that's why map knowledge will always be number one. But I think it's really, really important in any survival game to, when there is moments of peril, which there are going to be because it's a freaking survival game, you try to breathe and you try to make the best decision you can make in that moment. Because that decision could be life or death. And if you're calm when you make that decision, you're less likely to knee-jerk, I guess is the right way to put it. All right, we're super slow. Look, we're carrying fire logs. Okay, we're carrying an extra expedition parka. But we will be getting back to coastal here pretty quick. I did not think this would be what tonight is. I need to change the name of this stream at some point. And I don't think I can do that on here. Because there's no plugin for it. Okay. But you see what I mean? We come up, we haven't moved. We've gone in a straight line, we're at the church. We know where we are. So even in a blizzard, we could have done this walk. Don't panic. Think. React to each individual situation as it happens. Don't worry about the entirety of what could happen. Take each thing as it comes. This is, I feel like this is some of my better advice. That does not guarantee survival. However, I firmly believe that keeping a good head on your shoulders will give you a better shot at it. What's up, Patea? Actually, you missed a lot. I discovered how the Sutherland's missions work and realized we're not that far from completing them. We're a ways from completing them, but we're not that far away. Because the cache that I wrote off as generic in Pleasant Valley was actually the food cache. And we were able to get documents number 1. Which means that it's really likely that if we go back to Mystery Lake, we will get documents number 2. And then we just have to find one more cache to complete this. Now that could be anywhere. It could be in any of the regions, but we know it's not in HRV and Mountain Town because those are not populated. So we don't have to go there. It means we need to go look in Timberwolf, we need to go look in Ash, and we need to go look in Bleak for the third one. Because the fourth one is the one here in PV that we close off forever. Let's drop this fucking fire log shit. Yeah, see, that's the first document stash. We got that here at the populated cache here in PV, which turned out to be the food cache. I was wrong. It's what you guys like about me, is I will admit when I was wrong. And I was wrong. I even came into the stream tonight saying, we'll go look, but I doubt it. And then I got there and I'm like, wait, there's just, okay, so any of these populated ones will work. We just haven't found the hunter's cache yet, is what it comes down to. We know where 2 out of 3 of these are at. And then we know where the 4th one is at because it's always going to be right there by the rope to Timberwolf. It's that particular prepper's cache. We know that for a fact. And I kind of don't want to finish that part. And the reason is, that's a place where we can kind of jump in and get safe. I don't want to cut me off from that. Anyway. So yeah, we're coming back from up doing that. And we picked up from the cache a few extra things here. One of which was a backup expedition parka. Yeah, and that would set us up for the rest of the game with the gear that we want. Other than, I still would like a pair of gauntlets. Other than that, I think we're set on gear. We got double Koashan. We've got double expedition. We've got the insulated boots, the ski pants, the red long johns. We got the balaclava. We got the toque. I don't see us needing gear at all. Except for maybe the gauntlets. We're really heavy for some. Oh, that's right. We picked up a bunch of this shit too. I can't possibly. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. We're going to sleep here tonight, and then we're going to head back to Coastal. We're going to put this in the box and wait for it, basically. We need to drop some of the shit we found. We did stop by Farmhouse and had a small look around. Oh, one other thing we found, and this is how we should have known it was the cooking cache in the first place, and I didn't even think about it, but there was a cooking pot in there. And we found the recipe, whichever recipe that was. So we're up to 5 here now, which you need one more cooking pot, and we've got cooking pots across the board, which is nice. All right, let's drop some of this stuff. So yeah, last night I was just in a mood like, how could you do this? Like, why would you do this? This is stupid. And tonight it's like, okay, well they made it to where you just got to find the caches. I still think it would have been better game design to lead you to the caches, at least to the region. I'm not saying mark it on the map. I'm saying, hey, this guy used to get over an HRV all the time. And it's different every time, right? Like it's you could still make it kind of procedural without it being static. It's just the game knows where it spawned this shit, and that's the dialogue that gets triggered. That would be fine by me. I don't like this, it's somewhere out there shit. I think that's bad game design. All right, 1 second. I gotta pee. BRB. Okay. All right. We're going to sleep here, and then we're going to head back over to Coastal, deliver this, and then we'll pass time until we get where we're trying to go. We are fairly tired because we did a lot of walking around today. Is there anything else we can get rid of to get our weight down a touch? I feel like we picked up. Okay, hang on. So we can drop that. Let's drop. No, let's not drop that there. Let's drop this with the rest of them, which is over here. We've already got shit spread around way too much. Let's drop the full one. Let's drop the whetstone. Let's drop the wires. Where's the rest of my film? We probably put it in a drawer somewhere. Is it in here? No, we haven't even searched here before. All right, where was the rest of our film? I have no idea. Would have thought we'd be taking care of that. It's in a drawer someplace, so let's just start a new area. We don't need it on us right now. We're ready to roll, I think. That's about as good as we're gonna get. We could drop a few sticks, I guess. A couple of sodas for tomorrow. That is a really inviting and good-looking bed, by the way. It really is. What this means is, I thought because of the decision I had made coming into stream tonight, I thought this meant that Saturday was our first day going out getting ropes. And what this means is it's not going to be. I feel like I'm putting you guys off, and I don't like that. But you understand, I think everybody that's been watching understands what we're doing. As long as everybody understands it, then it's okay. The video is going to incorporate all of this shit into one fucking video. Like everything we've done so far is one video. And everything we're going to do until the trader shit's done is one video. And then we do ropes, which is what we want to do so badly. I went too fast last time, which is one of the reasons I just didn't want to keep with that. And then it worked out that we lost the footage anyway because of the computer transfer. All right, we're gonna pass an hour. No, and that's what I love about it. Look, for you guys that have been around, you understand. My fear is that if I don't do it this way and just making the one big video, then people would be bored with, oh, he's not even getting ropes in episode 3. So that's why we have to do it this way. I don't know. I like making content and I like thinking about how to make content. So that's what I try to do. There's going to be plenty of fucking danger and shit later. I feel like getting the pillars of our run put together first. Oh, hey, we got cabin fever. Awesome. Awesome. We're going to drink the sodas. That's okay. We can sleep in a car. It's not a problem. We're going to Coastal anyway. All right. One thing I do want to do before we get gone is we had extra matches that we don't need. Okay, that was weird. So for whatever reason, I can't move those. Okay, that was really weird. But we move on. Yeah, this way. Let's get over to Coastal. Let's put this in the box. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we run into the fucking bear again. Because that seems like it could be a thing that could... There's the bear right there. Son of a bitch. Walking away. Let's not trigger him. Don't need him right now. Let's just go where we're going. At least we know where he's at, though, so we don't have to stress on him too much. We're moving light and brisk, and we're happy. We didn't pick up a steak, but that's okay. I have one steak. We'll be fine. I was looking at our stats earlier as far as like the different achievement levels and stuff. Cooking is level 4 already. So everything we do is working on, everything we cook is working on finishing cooking 5, which means we can eat whatever we want. That one's relatively important. And then I would say the second most important one would probably be fire starting 3. So that we have better odds to make a fire, and then we also don't need to carry tinder. That's a pretty big one. Other than that, I don't really care about the special shit. You know, getting mending turned up would be nice because you wouldn't fail as often, but that takes time and effort to actually put that together. If you're trying to force it, like, go get all the cloth you can possibly get and just do it. Do it. But we should have bypassed the bear here, no sweat. And if we get this bit done fairly quickly, we might do a stream where all we do for 6 or 8 hours is just decorate the fucking base. Just go out and gather and then fucking craft stuff and make the base whole. Get everything put where we want it. And then that's when we head out for the ropes. We'll see. We will see. I should have already crafted the curing box, and I haven't done that yet because we had this massive discovery that this is how this shit works. Now, I'm pretty sure that bear that was behind us is the same bear that we took over here last time. I'm pretty sure. But we're going to keep a fairly close eye out here. Just in case it's the bear from up there coming down. We're getting horizontal snow again. So getting where we're trying to go quickly is probably a good idea. Let's handle this Wolfie McWolfface. He is not where we want him. Right now it's a little more fair. That's why you always double tap, boys. Our one-shot logic has been bad this run. I find myself just prepared for shot 2. When I left that area last night, I thought, no, we're done with this shit. Like, it's bad. And I still don't think it's good. But it's more doable than I thought it was. After finding out what I found out tonight. This also tells you guys this is organic for me, because I've never really messed with the trader at all. Like, it's not farming clicks. It's a longtime player's first reaction to Sutherland's Tales. And I'm going to tell you, I'm kind of a meh kind of take on it. The trading part's cool as shit. Like, I like that. I think some of the prices are ridiculous, but like, that's going to be free market shit regardless. But at the same time, they could have implemented this so much better. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense that they're like, go find it. Not when you're being told a tale. You know, like, think about the, is Sutherland's Tale really that different than, you know, Signal Void or any of the other ones? Buried Echoes, is it any really different? They're telling you a story inside the story. And none of those have any of the issues that this one has about where they send you. Sure, Signal Void, yes, but it tells you where to go. It tells you where they're at. And not to mention they're massive, huge things you can see from almost anywhere on the maps. I think it's about to go blizzard. On a long-term survival save, I would consider main basing in Coastal just for the trader. I would consider Quonset being a home just because of the trader, or some other place in Coastal being my home because of the trader. All right, there shouldn't be any coal here. We just picked it all up like 2 days ago. We should be able to kind of speed run through this, get to the other side, get down, put this in the box, and then go back and wait for the Aurora that should hit tonight. That's our plan. Oh, for you, Patea, I've got something. I want to talk to you about a little bit. I figured out my No Man's Sky thing. And here's what I found out. Is with the 5080, it doesn't like it if you're not running frame gen. I have to run like 4x frame gen in order for No Man's Sky to look good. All the other settings are horrible until you turn on fucking frame gen. So fake frames. It changed the brightness of what everything looked like. It changed the smoothness of how everything played. I am appalled that because I now have look, I've got a pretty good graphics card now. I've got a pretty good graphics card. But I'm appalled that because it's a good graphics card, I have to do these things that wasn't happening on my 3060. Like the game was running just fine on a 3060. But it won't run good on a 5080 unless you turn on frame gen. So I'm not sure that's the game's fault or that's fucking Nvidia's fault. Or it's the world's fault for fucking making this shit normal. You tell me. But I did finally get it to where it looks pretty good. And the other thing that I found was it's weird that you can't just change the game brightness in No Man's Sky. Like I was like, hey, okay, everything's just a little hyper, oh shit, bright. Let's change that, and there's no setting for that. You have to do it through your encoders and all that kind of shit. It's weird. And again, that could be an NVIDIA, but it could also be the way that just this game works, or that game works. But I finally figured it out. I don't like running on 4x frame gen. I don't. I think it's fucking bullshit. I think that game is so under optimized for almost anything. After loading it and then seeing what I had to go through on a pretty new pretty new rig, pretty new PC, it tells me that game's just not very optimized at all. Like, I feel like Hello Games has done the bare minimum here. Oh, it's working fine. It looks beautiful. It runs like this does. There's still a whole lot of... And here's the other problem. Here's the other problem. When you go into NVIDIA and you try to say, hey, I've got this game. So you do the GeForce Experience thing, right? On all of the games, you can go in, you can set the settings to where it's recommended, and then you do it and you hit save, and it saves those settings. No Man's Sky will not do that. You have to reset your settings every goddamn time you load. And I fucking hate it. And I hate it. We could walk out towards Jackrabbit, I guess. We got to go over there anyway. We don't need to go to Quonset first. But it looks good. Everything looks good. It's playing right. The reason I say it's not very optimized is because even when you go into the load screen, you can see the fucking jumps from the little galaxy that's pulling in. You can see all the jumps and shit. And you see it's just loading. It's just not a very well optimized game. And yet, HG can do no wrong, you know? Like, who picked HG as the fucking poster child for whatever it is that this is happening now? Because I feel like we could find better examples of studios around the same size that have done it way better. Way better. But I digress. I'm just the asshole, right? I'm just the asshole. At the end of the night, we'll go into No Man's Sky for just a hot second, and I'll show you the settings and stuff that I have to do to make it look good. Like, if I don't turn on frame gen, it is so bright that you can't play the game. It is, even your menus are, and some of that could be controlled in monitor, but not all of it. It's just, it's so, the way it's integrated is so weird. But when I turn on 4X frame gen, and I turned on DLAA because I like the color scheme better versus DLSS. We may try that too, though, because I didn't try that with frame gen on. It might be the colorway I'm looking for, so I can't talk shit on it at this point. But like, just the fact that turning on frame gen makes that game better immediately tells me that that game is not optimized for shit, because it's all fake frames. Again, tell me I'm wrong. Like, Houston, we have a problem. All right, let's go put the notes down in here. And then we'll get back over to Quonset and we'll wait for the radio call. And then what do you guys want to do? You want to go try Timberwolf first? Or do you want to go to Mystery Lake and just get the second part done? And then we could go try Timberwolf and Ash. If we go all the way back to Mystery Lake, we might as well go to fucking Bleak and see if it's there. And for the life of me, I don't remember exactly where that thing is at in Bleak. I think you have to go, you don't go through the region that's got the rope that goes down to the caboose and then you go up. You actually go in through Muskeg and then it's off to the left. Is that correct for the cache? I think that's right. But you stay up on that level and just head left and you'll run into the cache, basically. Remember, we should be safe here because Monica is dead. That's the bear that spawns there. That's Monica. Well, she'll be like the cat. She come back. That's the way it is. So you got to go through that transition zone where it's the down climb and then the caboose and then the up climb. That's between Mystery Lake and Coastal. Like if I were to follow the road, you're telling me I only get to the cache through that. Maybe I'm thinking of the Signal Void bunker in Bleak. Maybe I'm thinking of the Signal Void bunker. You might be right. I mean, let's be honest here. You're probably right. All right, fair enough. Glad we didn't pull those ropes yet. We got a stormy day. Like it's being pretty shitty outside. And it sounds like it might blizzard. We're still very early, so it can blizzard all day and then we'll still get our Aurora tonight. Then we can talk to Sutherland. I'm not going to turn on voice until that happens. Jeez. That wolf is still sitting here. That's how fresh and how not much time ago we were here. Let's go around and pick up a few steaks. Because we know we left steaks. I think on this trip back, we're going to bring all of these, and we may make a run at fire starting 3 or 4. Yep, okay. From there, I remember. From there, I do remember. But I couldn't remember which entrance it was. And I think what I'm thinking of is the Signal Void bunker, where you come through Muskeg and down, and then you head off to the left. And it's up there on the hill. But a completely different area of the map. Accessible in different ways. All right, well, we're not going to take those right now. We're kind of just in a holding pattern, so let's have some grub. And a big old swig of that 5 liters of water. We're literally going to be passing time until this happens. We might even take that home. We might. And the reason being, we're going to be carrying one. So we don't need this here. It's more valuable to us at home for setting other shit up than it is here. Just saying. And we haven't actually looked everywhere here yet either. We could find another cooking pot. I don't know. Oh. Okay. I do hope that the oppressive heat that is coming here in the last couple of days is not lasting. Look, I don't live in the tropics, but the last couple of days have felt like the tropics. Like, heat hits different with the humidity. And if it's going to be this fucking humid, just rain. For God's sake. Please, just rain. It's good for everything. We've got plants out there that need water. Like, it's good. All right, should we just pass some time? Let's just get it towards nighttime. We'll talk to him. We'll go off on the second encounter. I guess we're going to go to Mystery Lake, I think. And what we can do, if we just go to Mystery Lake, we can check that cache on the way there. Right? That's something we could do. It's not an Aurora yet. So we're going to do some strategic sleeping here. That does mean we got to go across the trellis, but who gives a shit? We've never failed there. We're not going to die. At least I don't think we're going to die. Wouldn't it be crazy if we died before we ever really brought ropes home? Ugh. There's your Aurora, boys. All right. Let's make sure we turn Sutherland up. Remind me to turn it off before Will starts bitching about being tired. Just saying. Here we go.
Hey, what's the story? Got it. On my way.
All right, so we get nothing. We have to wait for another Aurora. Oh my God, are you kidding me? This is so... Ugh. It's so poorly put together. I hate it. I don't like it at all. That's all I needed to hear. Okay. We'll eat a steak. We'll take a drink. We'll sleep until morning, and then we'll go get whatever it is he put for us. But then we gotta wait for another fucking Aurora. God damn it. God damn it. This is fucking bougie. We can go outside, it's fine. Get across the ice. Go pick up whatever reward we got for that. And then we have to wait for another Aurora. I'm sorry, this is very tedious. And actually, I'm not even sorry about that. Like, I want to be in Black Frost so bad. I want there to be a Jester's climbing rope so fucking bad. But like, I will not bend the knee and not speak truth because of that. I mean, Jester's climbing gear would be insane in a video game. I would retire. That's one of my life goals, is to be included in a game. It'd be so fucking cool, but that doesn't mean that I'm just gonna speak well. This could have been done better. It could have been absolutely done better. The time gating is just, it's annoying as shit. It's absolutely annoying as shit. And I can't go to the next bunker. Not yet. Until this one's completed. And I have that task. Or can we? Now, we could just go to Bleak after we do this and wait for it, because where's the radio? Is it at the cannery or is it at the observation station? We can go find out if there's a cache there or not. Without the mission, are the loose bricks there? Do we find it and then we can go get the mission? Like, how does that work? How does any of that work? And maybe I'm skewed here because I kind of just want to get through this. Maybe most people would say, hey, stop trying to rush it. And I understand that perspective. But for me in this scenario, I don't want to. There's this boat again. He gave me a Mackinac. Thanks, buddy. Honk honk. But I don't believe I can leave this region until we get another Aurora. And I can pick up the next mission. At that point, we can go look in Bleak. And then we can go over to Mystery Lake and see if that was one that has loose bricks as well. And maybe Bleak's is the third one, and everything's really close. But we still are time gated by these Aurora occurrences, and it's like, ugh. We got to stay here until we get it. Well, not true. We could go home to PV. Is there a radio in Timberwolf Mountain? I feel like that's a reasonable question. I don't remember seeing a radio at the Mountaineers hut, and that's really the best cover in the entire map. So I'm going to go with no. Was there a radio at the Fisherman's hut in Ash? Or is it up on that little settlers thing up at the up when you climb the rope or you goat up more towards where the moose is going to spawn in Ash, which is the front of the map as you come in? So going and finding that cache right now would make no sense. I think the best sense would be to sit here for the time being because we know there's a radio and wait for the next Aurora. And then we will we'll head over towards Bleak and then Mystery Lake. Well, hey, there could be in Ash, there could be a radio up at Foreman's Retreat. I don't remember looking for it. Or there could be one at the little place that's just down below Foreman's Retreat. I've never really looked for those things. All right, so basically we're just going to sit here and waste fucking time again. Absolutely just going to waste time again. Pick up a little more water. At least we got the water and the food, and like we did good. It's not like we did bad. It's just that I hate just hanging out doing nothing with no purpose. It bothers me to an extreme extent. And hell, the Hunter's Cache could be right over here at Bleak. But we can't get the loose bricks until we trigger the mission. I don't think. And if we go as far as Camp Office, we've gone too far, other than to check out the Mystery Lake one. At some point, we have to check out at least one more Aurora here. Might as well do it now. Might as well do it now. And I love that right by the bed here, it's a picture of the Pleasant Valley Farmhouse. We've had to spend so much time here, and I'm dreaming of that place. The entire time we're here. I love it. I fucking love it. We left a lot of shit here. Most of which we don't care about. Most of which we don't give a shit about. The feathers we might care about down the road. All right, so we're just going to be in a holding pattern here until... Wait, do I still have cabin fever? Oh, we got a risk. We're going to have to spend the night outside. This is totally fine. Let's just... we're going to go sit in the car, and I'm going to go pee real quick. We'll probably just sleep in the fucking car. And we can sit here and wait for the bear to come down, I guess. And this is our life for a while until we get the cabin fever risk down and we get an Aurora. This is our life. Look, man, it's the long dark. It's not a fast-paced game. It's a very slow-paced game. And I like that about it because it forces you to make decisions. And I'm here for it. I'm actually here for it. We're gonna do something unprecedented in this game. We might die in the act of doing it, but we're gonna damn well try. And that's all there is about that. That's all there is. If we have to do another run at this, though we don't get to 72, where do we main base? If not the community center, where? Do we go back to Farmhouse where it all began? Look, I'm talking bad here. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We took some risks in the first run, but nothing that killed us. It should have once, maybe twice, but nothing killed us because we were smart. We made decisions based on the information we had, and we acted accordingly, and we moved on. 72 climbing ropes is the mark to beat. And we're at 3. I'm just gonna let you guys chew on that for a second while I go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right, I guess we just pass time from here, right? It's such a waste. It's such a waste. I suspect somewhere Ash has a radio. I just don't know where it's at for sure. We know there's one in camp office. We know there's one here. We know there's one at the community center, which was another reason why we did the community center to begin with. But it makes no sense to go back over to community center right now because we're going to want to go along the road and try to get over to Bleak and check and see if there's a cache there. From there, if there's not a cache there, it's empty. We go to Mystery Lake. We know there's a cache there, and we should be able to cash in on that. That's two different euphemisms or spellings of the words. Not a euphemism. Two different spellings of the word. We're just not even that tired. This is why the cabin fever thing is so stupid. I could spend my whole life in a survival situation inside and never freaking worry about it. Like, it's the affliction is so dumb. What did 10 hours outside do to that affliction risk? Almost nothing. We're gonna sleep out here anyway, because fuck it. We can't sleep yet though, so let's keep passing time. And now we're pretty close on that 9-hour mark. So here we go. We're going to do 1 hour sleeps and hope we get an Aurora, and we'll run back inside if we do. That's really our only play. It's a borderline maniacal, monotonous fucking mechanic, but we're going to do it anyway. 1 hour at a time. And I'm pretty sure we're not going to get an Aurora. Because they just won't do that. It's going to be at least a day or two before we get an Aurora. This is why this is a slog and why it's just rough to play. But at least our condition should be cured by now of being, you've been inside too much. Mm-hmm. Sure. Winter survival. I'm warm, I'm fed, I have water, and all of a sudden I'm gonna go crazy because of those things. Yeah, I'm gonna moderate this a little bit by passing time in between because I don't think we need the energy in between. I'd rather be more tired because we're not gonna go do anything. I don't care about anything right now. I just want an Aurora. So let's just pass an hour here. Pass an hour there. And wait. Nope. It's not. God damn it. All right. The clouds just cleared. Damn it. All right. Invigorating gameplay. Like, tell me you guys agree that I'm not far off base here. This is kind of It's kind of The game itself is enough game for me. The fact that they tried to come in and add this makes it more than anything else. And this is on the heels of episode 5, which I don't think I have the footage for anymore. And I'm not going to go play it again. That's not happening. It's not happening. I'm not interested in playing that again. I would like to talk about it, but I'm just not interested in doing it again if I have to. I'm going to put that drive in next week. Not this coming week, but the following week. I'm going to put that drive in the computer and see if I can recover. But I don't think so. So I don't think I'm going to get to make the content I would on episode 5. And it'd be way late anyway. But I feel like my critique of that content would be pretty solid because it's not really... There's a couple of things that I would have to call out. The losing your inventory to go to stealth is just flat stupid. It's just flat dumb. Give me the option to run and gun, but they can't do that because as soon as you run and gun and kill everybody, they can't have what's his name fucking just beat you up again to set up the final scene. You have to be vulnerable. You know, like it's just I don't know. I think they need to work on the writing a little bit. But there was good shit too. The train stuff was kind of fun about figuring out the tracks and dealing with shit in your way. Like, that was fun. I had a good time with that. It's not all doom and gloom. It's not all bad. It's just that in the end, they came up with, it's so hard to find this information because I'm a woman. Wait, what? The same woman that had said that it was impossible to find this information, which makes it impossible for a man or a woman to find the information. But somehow it makes it harder on her because she's a woman. That part hurt my feelings. It actually hurt my feelings. I'm not sure why people feel that they can't just tell their stories in a video game and not worry about representation and like just tell the story. It's not about representation. It's not about checking the boxes. It's about telling your story. I was in the chat with Elo and Shai earlier. We were talking about Red Dead and how good a story that is. And none of it gives a fuck about political correctness. Let's try to get it to morning here. I'm just gonna pass an hour. We don't need to be rested. We're just gonna hang out in the car all day, because why not? Actually, we may have to get out and get some steaks. Let's just do that real quick. Things have become so weird to me because I don't understand why anybody would want to cater or pander to a modern audience when it's just an audience. Video games either appeal to you or they don't. And not every video game has to appeal to me. If that's the story you want to tell and it doesn't appeal to me, then that's the consequence of telling that story, right? But it might appeal to somebody else, and that's totally fine. But you don't have to include it in everything, and I don't understand that at all. I don't know why that's the standard at this point. Games that mean something to me are unapologetically just their own games. And I said that's so weird, but they're how can I not say that? Unapologetically their own game. There, I got it, sort of. And there's no bending of knees to anything. It's just we're telling the story we want to tell. And if the story you want to tell is this was impossible to find for anyone, but it was harder for me because I'm a woman, then I'm not sure I want to go with you going forward, because that's literally creating division, and there's no reason for that. It's messaging for messaging's sake, and I don't like that in video games. Tell me I'm wrong, but I don't like it. I just want to come home and not deal with that kind of shit in a video game. I want to play a game and make the content and play it the way I want to play it. That's it. That's the model. And I think there's more people like me than there are on the other side, and yet the other side of that is very loud. And I've seen this actual behavior in the No Man's Sky forums and stuff, because the I don't know, 8 to 14,000 loyal players that play that game, whether there's something to do or not, will defend it with their life. So I understand the mindset. It's just that it ain't got to be that way when it comes to inclusivity and stuff. Like, just tell your fucking story. If a character happens to be gay, who cares? You don't have to make it a centerpiece. Unless you want to, and that's your game. In which case, that's the game, and that will appeal to that kind of audience. I'm over it. I'm over it. It's gaming. This is the escape. This is the oasis. Stop. And I'm sure somebody would probably have heard that last little part I talked about and say, oh, he's anti-trans. I don't give a fuck, man. Like, I don't care what you do with your life. I have enough trouble managing my own fucking life. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but you can't force me to believe what you believe. Like, I have my rights as well. That's all it is. That doesn't make me phobic of anything. It's gotten to the point where words don't mean anything anymore at all. Words only mean whatever power you give them in the first place. Okay, hang on. Now I am on a soapbox. I saw this court thing that happened in Minnesota this week where, and granted, it could have been handled better, and I don't agree with it, but when you hear the ins and outs of the case, it's kind of like, because this woman who had her child at the playground, Another child walked up, happened to be a black child, walked up and took like an applesauce out of the bag. And she actually responded in probably the worst possible way. Which was, she was being filmed while this happened by somebody that wasn't even involved and wasn't their kid. But she responded with a slur. And nothing bad happened. There was no assault or anything like that. It was just, there were slurs. And then the person filming said, say it again, say it again, say it again. And she said it again. She was convicted this week towards disorderly conduct towards the cameraman, not even the child that she called the N-word, towards the cameraman, who apparently had faced child rape charges from a runaway and detained her for 2 days with a buddy and did things. And apparently that case was dismissed. And yet this one, with the use of a word, which comes down to, it comes down to freedom of speech. If it only counts in certain ways, then it only counts in certain ways. And it can't be that way. Free speech is absolute. Speech is speech. And again, words only have the meaning that you give them. Words don't have to mean a fucking thing. People have told me I've been ratioed. I don't know how many times. I'm like, oh no, how will I sleep? Because you've got 100 people that agree with you that are going to come and defend your point of view versus my point of view, where I got nobody to defend and I get outdone, and you're like, ratio. What does that even mean? What power do you hold now other than mob mentality? What power do you have? I don't know. Maybe I'm too much on a soapbox tonight. But I'm mad because we're spending time doing this shit in a game that kind of went this way. I'm just going to be bluntly honest. Here, you want my review for episode 5? It was rough. It was rough. Almost nothing makes sense. There's continuity without actually having continuity. And I'm really pissed off they never paid off the Methuselah thing. I'm really freaking mad about that. They set that up for 4 freaking episodes and it never paid off. It could have been so much better written. But here we are. Would it really be so weird if aliens were involved in the Long Dark? That's a legit question. Please, somebody in chat tell me. If aliens were involved, if Methuselah was a watcher, all right? And because of the restraint, even with the story written the way it was written, and nothing changes in the end, Methuselah comes out of just thin air and says, I think your civilization's ready. You have shown restraint where you didn't need to. You can now be welcomed into the collective. And maybe that's the wrong word, but you get what I'm saying. He's a watcher for the United Federation of Planets. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. It could have been big. It could have been huge. I'm assigned to go watch entities in their worst moments and decide whether they have, and you can't even say humanity, right? 'Cause that's our word for it. But what would their word for it be? Like, you could have written this so much fucking better. And Methuselah would have meant something. Methuselah means nothing in the end. That was the one thing I was excited about the entire run, was that's going to pay off. That's weird. Let's see what this shit is. And nothing. Crickets. You get one scene with him as he's laying Grey Mother to rest. That's it. In the epilogue. That's all you get. Nothing else. I feel cheated out of a much better ending. Not to mention, if there's no repercussions, why didn't they just fucking mow them down? None of the damn prisoners were freaking armed. None. Not a single one. They had torches. 2 of them died. Now the numbers are even better. And you're already reloaded and re-knocked. That's winning. I call that winning. You could have got your guy back. But no. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't kill him. I love you. I've always loved you. You get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I sacrificed myself because of my love for you. What did they think it was going to be? Fucking Titanic? Oh. Just saying. Episode 5. It's fine. I don't like the end at all. I played it. I played all the episodes. I thought all the other episodes were pretty good. Honestly. Does it come down to they just kind of forced it? And when they take as long to do the things they do, how do you say it's forcing it? They themselves have said no crunch. And I feel like that's kind of the problem. Like, I'm not saying it's got to be you're on some ridiculous deadline, but like there's got to be some accountability in getting things done. You can't just make a wild promise and take 4 years to make it happen. So many game developers are doing that now. That's what early access is. Subnautica is not going to be done for 3 years. Mark my words, 3 years. Why? Because that's their history. Why do I pay full price for a game today that I can't even fucking play as its vision entails for 3 years? Why do people do this? Why is that considered okay? Do I think they'll make the game? Yeah, I think they will. That's not the point. It's not the point. Because there's a lot of times where people pay for something in advance and they don't get what they pay for in the end. And that's not what I think is going on with Unknown Worlds and Crafton. I think, actually, I made a post about this on X. What if all of that shit was done on purpose to just drum up interest? What if none of the fucking legal proceedings and shit were real? What if none of it was real? What if it was all just a fucking campaign to get you to care about a title? I don't think that's the case, but like, it'd be genius, right? There's got to be some kind of antitrust law against that, I would think. But you never know. You never know. Yeah, we're just waiting out the days until we get an Aurora, boys. Sorry, we're talking, we're vibing. We're in the car vibing. Kind of hoping I see the bear come walking down. But really, I just wanted Aurora. I just don't like time. It's not even time gated. If they said you can't have another Aurora will appear in 48 hours, at least I know, right? Hey, I got 2 days. We can go do this. But here they're just like, no. You got to wait for an Aurora, but we're not going to tell you when that's going to be. It could be tomorrow, could be a week from now. Got no clue. I feel like that's bad design. And I'm not sure how it worked out this way because this game is as close to perfect as it can be in survival. Like if you omit the tails, which I still think the tails are fine. They're pretty okay and they're fine. And we'll probably do them once we get out there. That's going to be a while. But Sutherland, I think, is just different because it's very time gated. They did this, and I mentioned this last night as well. They did this in Sundered Pass with the Tails, to where you had to wait for the Aurora to go over and get the bunker and blah blah blah. So they were kind of toying with the idea at that point of the time gating thing, and now this is on full display. Like they're just like, yeah, we're gonna do it 3 or 4 times. That's the content. Give me a way to trigger it or something. I'm ready to do these things. Let's go. And again, you don't have to hold my hand, but like, you should really direct people to specific regions and not a game like this that's this massive and then sell this as, oh, this is his tail. I would venture to think that 50% of all players that have played this game will never have done Sutherland's Tales. And it's going to be for one reason or another. Some of them would have set out to do them and then found this shit and been like, nah, I just want to play the game. Some would be like, nah, but I'll do it as I go. Some would be like, yeah, no, I'm not going to play the game at all now. This is bullshit. Like there's all kinds of players and you have to, you can't cater to all of them, but when it comes down to anything you do, whether it's a video or a story or a book or a video game or a movie or whatever it might be, if you're going to make that kind of thing, you got to believe it 100% and maybe even more than 100%. You also have to be willing to look at it analytically. If something comes up and what you had done was something that was egregious, then you need to address that. But 95% of the time, it's nothing egregious. It's just people saying words. It's just people saying words. And it's whatever. I don't know. I don't know why politics and bullshit is falling into video games, I guess is the bigger question at hand. Because I don't like it. I just want to come home and play a video game. I'm thinking about redoing Red Dead. I downloaded it today, by the way. I might go in here a little bit and make sure the settings are good. There's going to be no bear. We're still so early in the fucking day. This sucks so bad. It's just a waste of time. Just get it towards dusk. I'll get surprised by the bear at some point. But at least we're staying in the car. Yeah. We know that bear is spawning. He's not becoming delivery, and we don't like that. I would like some delivery, please. I don't want to wait for Monica to respawn. All right, so we'll go back here. We'll start sleeping for an hour at a time. Probably not going to get a fucking Aurora tonight. It's just the way it is. Maybe tomorrow. Might be another day after that. It'll happen. It's just... Again, our RNG has been pretty bad this run. For anybody that's been watching, our RNG has been pretty bad this run. I stand behind that statement. No, how do you manage to do that? Look, things have changed from where we left it off last night. Things have changed. We're doing things you don't think we're doing right now. As I said, we weren't going to, but we are currently doing them. We're waiting for another Aurora. Why? Because we found out that pretty much any populated... Yeah, we're going to find the loose bricks in those. Currently, what we're doing right now is waiting for the next Aurora to get number 2. Then we're going to go check Bleak for its potential cache. This just sucks. I hate doing this. Just let me sleep, man. Just let me sleep. Come on. Yeah, no, we found it at the cache. We found loose bricks at the cache in PV, and we already returned those. What we're doing right now is waiting for the next Aurora to get the next part of the quest. Another hour. Good Lord. We're not going to get one. It's not going to happen. I've been waxing poetic, by the way. And maybe not poetic. I don't know. I don't expect everybody to agree with me. I just want to have adult conversations about things that don't result to name calling. Like, that would be nice. I still don't think we're going to get one. We'll keep doing it. We might start passing an hour or two because, again, we kind of want to be tired. Yeah, no Aurora. Damn it. Pastime. 1 hour. Won't be light, but it'll be getting closer. We need water. That's easy. We'll eat later. Whole nother day, we gotta do nothing. Fuck. This is just a resource drain. I hate it. I hate it. We're lucky because we have meat. Many people would come over here and try to do this and they have to struggle trying to take a wolf or a deer or something. We were smart about how we did this. But it still sucks. It sucks. Like, it's literally just waiting for a random event. I don't like it. I just don't like it. But here we are. We're doing it anyway. Because we got the first one. And I'm pretty sure if we go back to Mystery Lake, we would find the second one. But I feel like we've got to have not Mystery Lake. Well, yeah, Mystery Lake, because that's populated. Maybe there is no such thing as a generic. And I was just wrong. I'm wrong either way, by the way. As I've said many times, if I'm wrong, I will tell you. And I'm wrong. Where? Really? You again? In the dark for the boys. Oh. Okay, well. He got us a little bit. He got us a little bit. That sucked. Get in the fucking door. There we go. All right. Let's get the other thing on. It's antiseptic. Yeah. All right. We're surrounded by wolves again. Let's pass an hour. I mean, literally, we're just sitting here waiting for our chance to go out and we need the mission. And for the one in Mystery Lake, I think we can do, but I'm going to try to look at the one in Bleak first. And if the cache isn't there in Bleak, then we know it's got to be in either Timberwolf or Ash, right? Like that's what it's got to mean. Because we know there's no cache in HRV and there's no cache in Mountain Town. We've already been there. Hang on, I'm just gonna let it lighten up a little bit. Give me a second. I need a beer. Okay, I mean, sitting around waiting for a fucking Aurora just sucks. I'm just being honest here. It sucks. This is not fun gameplay. I get it to some extent, but like, give me a mechanism to trigger something. Hang on, you only had to do, well, it should be 4 trade runs, right? Because you do the 3 guys, and then you do the final act, which ends at that rope going to Timberwolf. Where you make sure he is laid to rest. Basically. I told you, I've seen spoilers. It's fine. I'm not mad. It's old content. Well, if it's between PV and Ash, that means you found it in Timberwolf. How many times have you been to the place in Ash? I've only been there once, and I found it kind of by accident, but only because I was looking for it. Actually, I staved off the bullshit. We pulled everything from here, except for the maple, right? You know, apparently that's going, wait. Yeah, no, it's still there. You just can't see it right now. There's still a maple sapling there. The Ash Canyon cache is so hard to fucking get to. I hate it so much. I dislike it a lot. I don't think we're doing that tonight. I think we're going to go down to Bleak, and then we're going to go back to Mystery Lake to get part 2. And then I think next weekend we're going to do part 3. This is what I think is going to happen. This is not a fast game. I can't just make these things happen. But right now I'm sitting here waiting and wasting time for a fucking Aurora. Well, I found it in Ash once, and I know whereabouts it's at. It's just there's different levels that you have to worry about with getting there. Like there's some unescapable shit. If you go down too far, you can't get back. You got to know where you're going. And I filmed it before, so no big deal. But yeah, big deal. I'm hoping it's in Timberwolf, and we don't have to go to fucking Ash. that I only have to do it once. In a way, I'm hoping Bleak has it, because Bleak would put me, come back, and then we go through again and get back to Mystery Lake, and that should be the third one. And then the fourth one would be in PV. So we could do this fairly quickly. I feel like that would be the optimum situation here, is if we had a cache in Bleak. Especially if it was the Hunter's cache. That would be dope. But I gotta wait for a fucking Aurora before I can even set off on that task. I like having tasks. I really do. I think that keeps the game fresh and fun. And that's why doing silly challenges like what we're doing right now. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. If we could move some of this stuff around and make it look more mechanical, right? We could put the ropes out in front of this and it would look sick. But it wouldn't have the same lighting effects as what we have now with the fireplace and shit behind it. But we could make this look like, yep, this is the garage. And if you ever want to climb a rope, you come here. And on some ropes, we can't help you because we took too many. But you could move most of this stuff around now, and I think you can make a pretty cool looking garage. I hate just waiting around. It's so boring. It is what it is. I could go grab the drinks. I haven't even touched the drinks in here yet. Like there's several. There's 5, 6, 7 ish. There's another go. It's 7. I think 7. So that's a lot of calories and liquid. But I haven't touched them yet. Trying to be preservative a little bit. I don't want to have to go through any region and like just struggle, which is why I'm trying to leave things most places. We're not going to leave this. We're going to take that. We're going to take that. What we'll do is kind of throw that up there. We're not taking that either. That needs to stay here until we come back. We're going to make it hard on ourselves on purpose. Because how do you explain that? It's like, hey, I knew there'd be one, and here it is. The other 3 that we got are kind of like the off little areas, other than in Ash. We picked up the one on off the bridge, and yeah, I get it. So that's one of them, and then 2 were like coming back in transition regions, so they weren't really regions. So bringing those home was fine, but this is a real region. And I kind of want to make sure I keep count of how many ropes come out of the region. I will add 1 to Ash in the end, because there was a rope there. Trust me, I promise. I will honor that rope. And that's why I want to leave this one here for now. It's because this was found here, and I don't really want to carry it home right now. We could, but what good is 4 versus 3? Let's just leave it here until we're ready to pull these ropes, and then we'll take it home with it. It'll make the challenge that much more fun later. Even though we're lighter now and whatever. Don't care. Don't care. It's so early in the day and we're almost exhausted. This is kind of good. I like doing it this way. understand that we're playing with our health bar just a little bit, but it's not even that bad. It's just not even that bad. I guess we'll take a drink and pass 8 hours. Because 8 hours should drain us of liquid, which is ridiculous. But it is what it is. Okay, look, I care deeply about everything I kind of do. Look at that water shit. It just, 8 hours is right dead ass what you can do while you're awake. That's so crazy. "12 hours is what you can do when you're sleeping. Get rid of the little bottles. Fine, right there. Is there going to be an Aurora tonight? Yes or no? Yes or no? I already don't like it. We need to get some sleep so we can get our condition back a little bit. We're kind of taking a couple of hits here. We could sleep longer, I guess, but then we might miss the Aurora. It's Has nobody else ever tried this method where you sleep for an hour and do this? Like, everybody's like, oh, he's taking a nap. It's like, yeah, kind of. I mean, it's going to count towards the whole eventually. I always like it when something counts towards the whole. We still got to pass an hour. Still got to pass an hour. And now we can start to get a little bit of sleep. I don't like this method at all. And again, I feel like you might lose more water per hour versus doing it in an 8 or a 10 or a 12-hour span. It feels that way. And that's fine because it's, again, a survival game. So you have to expect that kind of thing. Come on, Aurora. You know what we're doing. Come on, game. Hinterland, I would like to have a talk with you, please. Oh, hang on. As soon as we get to morning or we get an Aurora, well, if we get an Aurora, I'm going to do the content and then I will tell you. But if we get to morning, I will tell you either way what I did the last couple of days. And actually had fun. Yeah, I don't think we're getting one. It's going to be days. It's just going to be RNG fucking hell for days. $60 basically. Wait. Really? Hang on a minute. 60 days. Okay, so a month, 2 months in a day. That's really not bad. Like, we're just trying to get started. Why did it take this long to get started? Did we overdo this? Everybody's here. I want to hear all opinions. Are we trying too hard? Or are we just covering bases? I mean, it's barely 2 months in. And 2 months in for a brand new player is an achievement. But, like, you know, for somebody that knows how to get 1,000 days, it's not that big a deal. I'm curious what you guys think. 60 days, 2 months. I don't like that we're sitting here waiting again. Like, that's all we're doing is sitting here waiting. And it drives me nuts. Let's drink. 10 liters of water? Holy shit. Almost 10 liters of water. Wow. What have I done? No. Sleep 1 hour. Just see if we can, by going into this transition screen, see if we can trigger something. And we can't. It's over. It's so over. How am I finding it that hard to target the bed? It should be right there. Okay. Okay. Well, we haven't even been to a forge yet, brother. We have not even seen a forge yet. We haven't tried to either. But we don't have one. We've not done this. I do have feathers here to make arrows. So we could go off and do that. But we're going to find a bow. Arrows, maybe yes. Arrows, maybe yes. We're not getting an aurora tonight. Let's pass an hour. It'll be still pre-dawn. Okay, look. Archery 5 is really not that hard, right? Because you get archery points for forging the arrowheads, correct? I'm pretty sure that was the case. And then you read the books too, and you get more. But the books only work up to like level 3. I feel like I'm going to worry about bow and arrow as soon as I find one of the bows. One of the good bows. and we'll just go with whatever one we find and where we find it. I feel like that's fine. Eventually, we will find probably all the bows, and we're not really going to try to bring them home. This isn't about that. It's about the ropes. We've done that before. Y'all were here. Y'all were here. I just think we can get to 73. That's all I'm saying. What do we do from here? Let's pass an hour. I mean, why is it so dark in here? Some POIs are just not created like others. Look, we've already brought home 3 ropes that I think are fair game. We'll explain the first one. We'll explain when we go to Ash Canyon in the videos. It'll be fine. It was there. We took it. It was ceremonial. There's no reason for us to question that. We don't need that rope for anything. We can go down, which is what we did. And then I think we carried it down 2 other ropes. So it's fine. And the other 2 were in kind of transition areas, and that's different to me. We gotta go get steaks. Should be good on water for a while. Almost 9 liters. Good Lord. We're gonna need to take something else down here. So, I don't like being forced to build a base here. And get, like, imagine trying to do this without the things we have. All right, we're passing 8 hours because that's our water limit. And I really would rather not be too messed up because we had, the tired meter red. We still are not seeing that bear come down the hill, which is crazy, Vance. We know that bear spawns. We have not seen it once. Well, we have seen it once. That's how we know it spawns. Sorry, that's fair. It's totally fair. Not even dark yet. Let's just do more damage with big steak and then wash it down for the kidneys. We're literally doing nothing in this location. Why am I so heavy? Hang on. Let's get inside. I'll discover why we're so heavy. All right. Okay, it's that. And we're not that heavy. It's just we're tired. We're heavy. It's mostly the water. Hey, we're not doing anything else. We might as well keep that shit on us. Nothing extra there. This is fine for now. We'll eat and drink. That'll get lighter. We haven't added here. Haven't added there. And there was nothing here. So, yeah, yeah, I understand. I just wanted Aurora. Let's get the sun fully down. It should be about 3 hours. Well, it's not going to be fully down at 3 hours. What's crazy to me is the light from the sun that's coming down that way, because that's where the sun's setting is, way over there, right? And yet these windows are illuminated back here. But in the morning, when these are illuminated a little bit, those have nothing. We're going to start sleeping 1 hour at a time. I'm probably an asshole. Yes. Yes. It's not here yet, though. We gotta go wait for it. Let's do this again. This was fun last night. Waiting on shit to light up. It was cool as shit. And this is the position we're in now. To just wait for shit to light up. Let's not do anything. When it lights up, we turn shit on, and Will's gonna go, oh, I'm tired. Something's gotta go. Like, this is what he's gonna do. We gotta get into Sutherland before that. And now we can go to Bleak and check that shit out. And we can go to Mystery Lake and make sure that's 2 of 3. Either way. And then it could be Timberwolf. If it's not Timberwolf, it's probably Ash Canyon. So we know where shit's at. These don't matter. Like, why are we doing it? I don't want to talk too much. I kind of want to let this moment happen, you know? Like, it's the haha moment. It happened last night. It was any moment. It's coming. We got one. This is what we want. But I'm not going to turn on audio until we're ready to click into this. Because Will's just going to be a bitch right now. I'm so tired. Something's got to go. Like... But we're getting it tonight. This will be fine. There it is. And there it is. Let's go. All right. I swear to God, Will. I swear to God.
Close my eyes.
God damn it. He did it.
Back for more. You found some of my brother's old papers.
I did.
He was always writing. drawing up new plans, new designs. In the old days, his crew saw him as some kind of half-assed, end-of-the-world poet.
That's a cool
I
feeling.
guess Wyatt's dead-brain buddy must have had some reason for keeping him. The schematics, sure, they need those for any repairs, but the other papers... And anyway, that don't tell us where they went. But those guys were useless without Wyatt. Weren't they? Keep looking. If I were you, I'd try the trophy hunter next. Wyatt always kept some of his guns with him.
All right, so we do the trade.
Like it or not, this is all I have.
And we do the request ×1. Okay, we can't do ×2. That's good. We don't care about anything else. We just don't. So let's just make sure we get this logged in.
That'll do it.
All right, so we go sleep and get our condition back, and then we head for Bleak, right? We gotta head for Bleak. Somewhere we haven't looked yet, and it's on the way back to Mystery Lake. We gotta do it, right? Take a big drink of that. We'll, actually, I think we're gonna go full sleep. It's gonna be fairly early in the morning. This will be pretty good for us. Yeah, it's pretty early. So let's, figure out how we want to handle this. I kind of want to bring a couple pieces of wood just to make sure we have fuel. That seems like a condition that might be good to have. Okay, before we walk out, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I will be right back. Okay, boys, the good news is that we have a task that we haven't done in a while, so this will be fun. How are we super rested? No shot. No, okay. Yeah, no. Let's go. Yes, and we had plenty of water, so we're good. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Down the road. We're going to Bleak. Not my favorite place. If I had to list my top 2 least desirable regions, it'd be Forlorn and Bleak. I think. I just don't like either one of them. I'll play them. They're maps, but they're not my faves. Just saying. That's not even lit. We gotta walk across the trellis. This is gonna suck. Probably should be ready. Yeah, reload. Make sure that's not the number. And there we go. That bear was somewhere around here a couple of fucking streams ago. I'm gonna clip the shit out of that. I'm gonna find that. Avoiding that bear might have been one of my finest moments. Like, honestly. Because we did it really, really mathematical. And really calculated. I think that was one of my better moments. But it also might have been right up here. Ah, balls. All right. We got a ways to walk and then we got to go up. Okay. There's a couple of places where we might find the rifle, but we don't need the rifle. So there's kind of no point in this. Like, these are decisions that I know you guys are going to hate. But they're the right decisions. Like, who cares? We know it's not below the bridge because we looked at that, but there's a way to get back up there. It might even been back there. I don't know. Where the rifle could be. This region is not a bow. I'm pretty sure it's a rifle. I think we need to go right up there. We need to go up there. All right, fine. Really? Really? This will put us out where we want to go. If we just follow the river, it'll be fine. Probably gonna, encounter some things, but we'll be fine if we follow the river. I think. Okay, maybe not even remotely following the river, but wait. Oh God, I heard it. No whimsy for you, sir. Shit, hang on. Where are we trying to go here? Trying to go up this way. That's gonna go like this. It's gonna look something like this, and then we go up that way. Get back to the right a little bit. I mean, we could have done this, but he's going on the road, but like, whatever. Is there just nothing up here? All right, that's fine. Down we go. Look, I'm going to put it to you guys this way. Oh, shit. Can we get up that? I'm hard to kill. At this point in my long dark stuff, I'm hard to kill. Yeah, we can't even get up that. All right. Shit. All right. Well, where did that come from? I didn't shoot him. That's a maple. Fuck. Okay, no, that's a deer. We didn't shoot that deer. That's a thing that spawned in the world. We have to go further down. I thought you had to go up that river. You can do it from the other way, but that's a long way back now. I mean, this looks like the right way. We're in coastal right now. I'm trying to get out towards Bleak, and I haven't made this transition in a while. we're trying to figure it out right now. I feel like that goes up. That doesn't. Like, and you can't go up there. We just tried that. It didn't work. So we go down this way then. Okay, well, this is going to get really interesting really fast. I didn't want that kind of vertical drop. That's the kind of thing that would lead to a rope. At least it should, mechanically. We're all the way back down to the road. Holy fuck. I don't have any charcoal. Ugh. There's nothing here, right? Yeah, there's nothing here. It's got to be a way up. So, I just got to figure out the way up. I can go all the way back and I get you over to the other thing. I can't apparently do it from the right way. The good news here is we're not cold at all. I feel like we got to go up and go more right to get where we're trying to go on the river, because that leads you up the campground and then you can kind of see it going up to the next level. Let's follow the river this time. We didn't do it last time. Yeah, no. Look, I'm just reliving all of this because I don't do these things very often. I'm going to follow the river up, I think. Which is this way. I think we'll get to campsite and then we can go up from there. Look, I was just exploring the map, man. Map knowledge is everything, right? No, it's just that tonight things hit a little bit. That's where we went last time. It didn't work. Tonight things hit a little different because I had all intentions of skipping all of this shit. Like, legit. Skipping all of it. Because it's trader stuff and whatever. And then I realized once I got to the actual bunker that I had mislabeled a generic bunker as a food bunker. And it had loose bricks. So this is what we're doing. We came back here to put the papers in the thing and wait for all the auroras. It's been great. We got to be careful here too, because there could be a bear like right over here. And we don't know all the bear spawns in this region. This should be coming up on campground, I think. But we are moving up the whole time. It feels like the bear cave right over there. Now let's tempt fate. God. Why? Why? No. No. I'm done. We waste too much ammo that way. It's so stupid. There's the arrow pointing down, telling us to go that way. This has got to be campground, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the campground. It's telling us to go on past that, which, fair enough. Okay, look. I accept your terms. Mistakes were made. We gotta be able to get up over there, right? Has to happen. That's really steep. That's not happening. Come on, man. All right, maybe. I don't think it's going anywhere, but it might. There could be a cut there that goes back up. Let's see. There's no way we're getting up that. It's not happening. It's the same thing we dealt with before. Keep following the fucking river. What is this? You're gonna... Oh, yeah, an hatchet. I'll take it. I will eat your jerky and leave your boots. Take a feather. Is there more? Indeed. Fair enough. I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do here exactly. Is that coal? Holy shit. That's coal. River coal. See, this is where the whole map knowledge thing comes in. I don't do it from this side very often. We gotta go up and get out. And it's so much easier if you're up to start with than come from this side. And I'm following the river, because why not? I kind of need a keyboard and mouse. Low key. I need a new controller for sure. That shit broke. Makes me mad. Is it really just follow the river? Oh, come on. Is it really just follow the river? Well, hang on. Yes, sort of. I could go left right now, or I could go up and see if that's where the rifle is at, right? Like that goes up and goes out. Let's go this way. No, let's go up here and see if the rifle is up here. I know it's a rifle. There's some more river coal. Just saying. I mean, it could go either way. That's probably a really bad thing to say these days. It's not here, though. This is not where the rifle is spawning. So that's fine. Let's go back down and head off to the right. Let's get out of here. Let's go climb these ropes. Let's do this. Here's hoping that the thing we're looking for is right there, right? And we don't have to go to Timberwolf or Ash to find it. Like, let's hope for that. That'd be great. I mean, eventually I'll be curious enough to care what's in the caboose or the car down there, but let's just go over here. I really don't like Bleak. I don't like it more than Forlorn. I'll just say that. Forlorn is my least favorite freaking region ever. It's just bad. What's the strat here? Do we just go ahead and walk? Or do I go ahead and try to do this? I'm not going to slow down, I don't think. Because the more paranoid you get about shit like this, the harder it becomes. So you kind of just fucking run up on it and just get it done. Like, that's all you have to do. That was kind of clean though, right? That was kind of clean. I'm pretty sure I'm going to clip that. Okay, so we gotta go down the rope. There'll be a rope down there too, by the way. There will be a rope down there. Not bad. You know what? I'm gonna fight that one. I'm pretty sure that was expert level negotiation of an of an objective. I think I would be justified in this. Eight out of 10. I can't jump. You know I can't jump. What do you want for a 9 or a 10? What do you want for that? I can't even be the jester you want me to be. What? Oh, shit. All right, let's consider everything here. There's a way to get down there from here, but I'm not going to try to do that right now. Let's try to go do the other thing. Yeah, we want to get down there, but ooh, don't do that. Oh, I don't know how that turns out. Well, I was only trying to jump to celebrate. That's all. All right, we're gonna go try to find this. We got some time. We don't have a bunch of time. We got some time. It doesn't matter what we're doing, we don't throw logic out the fucking window. And that's kind of the problem right there. That's not even a rope. Where is that rope? We're going to collect it eventually. It's got to be over there, right? It has to be. Okay. How? Really? Wait. Wait. You still can't do it. Okay. Really? There we go. Better sense. That rope's not attached, so we have to figure that out. It might be, and it might be over here too. And it looks like it might be more over there. All right, fine. We're going. We're going. Easy. And let's go over the cave. And that's easy too, because it's kind of by the tracks. So I'm a little bit curious. Why does everybody think like a game like Titanfall 2 is okay at like, I don't know, 8 to 10 or 12 hours? And yet a game like this might take some hit or feedback. That's not what I wanted. That's not the cave. Okay, where's the cave? Over here to the left? We're goading. We're goading. It mattered for nothing. It mattered for nothing. But we goaded. All right, so it's back here somewhere. This is fine. I thought the cave actually... Hey, never mind. Is it right there? It's really dark. That should be an entrance. And it actually is. Okay. And there's the rope. Holy shit. There's the rope. Let's go. Oh, boy. Let's get some calories before we lose our well-fed. And then we'll eat a whole ass steak. And we'll take a little bit of hit with water. But we got plenty of water. This is great. This is wonderful. And that is the rope. Oh, shit. All right, well. Off we get. Off we get. All right, let's go hang this fucking thing. Let's get down. I think we can get down. I'm not sure we can get back up. We may have to stay down there tonight. And I'm not even sure we have to go back up. I think we do. But maybe not. I don't know. All right, let's try to get back across there and put this over there. And then we can do... The fuck did that come from? It's just a random deer floating in the air. The fuck did that come from? This wasn't here a moment ago, right? I saw nothing. I mean, okay, I guess we can just deal with this. It's a ravaged carcass. I can see it from here. It's already been torn out. It's not us. This was a wolf. Had to be a wolf. All right, let's see what we can do here. I don't think that actually worked at all. It did. All right, we're climbing down. There's gonna be a place to hide for tonight. We should have calories, I think. This rope is coming up eventually. But for now, we need it. So, fuck it. Wait. Hang on. It's mostly the fucking tired thing. And now we can go. Let's just go. Let's just go. Come on, Thelma. That's right, Louise. Let's just fucking go. I think there's ammo down here too. I don't know if it's rifle or pistol, but there's ammo down here. If we don't get a populated thing here, do we back out this way, or do we go over the other way and back out a little more gracefully? That's I thought there was coal. Shit. Never mind. There's the ammo. It's revolver. What the fuck? That's not ammo. Yeah, I don't care about any of that. We'll take the soda though. Off we get. We're so tired. It's so late in the day. Okay, let's just not actually fuck around, I guess. We're gonna have to come down here again. So why don't we think about our future self a little bit and drop that wood? That's a 3-hour fire, right? I can make a decision at that point. Let's just drop it there. We have coal on us. We're not losing all of our fire ability. But this is a good idea. Let's seed the things that are going to make it easier for us in the future. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about what we're doing right now. Let's do that. Just kind of throw it there. You can probably do that. Might help. We're shielded. Like, we're good. We're good. We did get some ammo too, which was nice. We're gonna have to pass a couple hours. And we're gonna be real tired. But this is gonna work out in our favor, I think. So let's do the soda. Calories were close, believe it or not. And then we'll drink. And then we're going to sleep 12 hours. We want full condition back on everything. Pick up the bedroll and we move. Yeah, we're not even cold. Hang on. We'll do that too. Yeah, we're good here. And once we come out of this area, we have to go left, right? Left, correct. Not left, right. Left, correct. And maybe even more pause. We have to go left. Correct. But I'm 99% we have to go left. So that's fair. Wait. Okay. DPI is really high right now. DPI is really high right now. Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bleak Inlet. This is gonna suck. We have to go down there and then go back up to the left. And that's how we get where we need to go. Correct? It may or may not be populated. And now we're on the top left. Let's see what we do. I don't think it's going to be that hard. I think it's right down there someplace, right? It's got to be right down there someplace. Might be up here. Hang on, might be up here. Let's go up here. It really might be up here. Oh yeah, it's right up here. Oh yeah, it's up here. Oh yeah, it's right there. It's right there. Brother. I love this. I love this. The cooperation level, I love this. You've already described it. I knew, especially for this region. And it sounds like I'm talking gibberish, and I might be, but I don't think you see it as gibberish. You know what I'm saying. That's great. That's fucking great. Now, here's the thing. Is this the thing? Or do we have to go somewhere else? What's the deal? What is the deal? We're going to go ahead and turn that on. We're going in. It's empty. It's gone. It's empty. Not the right one. Should probably get out. Yeah, let's just get out. Look, those things happen. Oops. Oops. That's the right one. Let's go back to Mystery Lake then. Because that's either Timberwolf or Ash at this point. It's the only other place it could be, right? Right? Or am I wrong about these bunkers? There's nothing in coastal. Right? I don't think there's anything in Broken Railroad. And anything in the Far Territories is covered by the Far Territory shit. It's going to be in Ash Canyon. Actually, what this should mean is both of those are populated, is what it should mean. We'll see. Well, one of two. I don't even know how to deal with this right now. Let's get out of here. Whatever. Should be so right up. Yeah, okay, yeah. Had to go angled. Couldn't go straight up. We're going to Mystery Lake. That's our goal. You're kidding me. All right, well. I've done all of those. I promise. Can I get up there? No. No. Can't. We just try to get back too soon, right? Don't want the maple. Don't care. If anything, I want birch. Really? Right in front of me? I got a birch. Shut up. Shut up. We gotta go all the way around. Yeah, Mountain Town and HRV are both empty, as is Bleak Inlet, which means at least Temple of Mountain or HRV is, not HRV, Ash Canyon is active. We'll get out here, it won't be a problem. We're gonna have to go the long way around, but we'll get out of here. I hate Bleak so bad. I hate Bleak so bad. Still gotta go around. This is not lending itself to us here at all. This is not what we did. Maybe we came down from up there. We still can't get through there. It sucks. Map says nah. Fuck. We're fine. We're not even heavy. We're fine. Fuck your archway. Like, legit. Like, fuck all of that archway. I want to get back hard right. And I'm pretty sure that's going to put me in a whole nother part of the map. Do we go down and get the Pistol? Is that what we should do right now? I don't give a fuck about that right now. At all. Well, I mean, there's an easy way to get up there from here. All right, fine, we'll do it. Fuck it. Fuck it, we'll do it. Hello, Mrs. Doe. You're not my target today. We're gonna go up here and get this pistol. Then we're gonna go down and go around and get out of here through other means. It actually is counterproductive. All right, so the gun should be up here. Hang on, I want to make sure it's not back here. Okay, I don't think it's back here. But the gun is definitely in this POI. In one of 3 or 4 spots. And I guarantee you this gun is better than what we have right now. What? Why? 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 What the fuck? It's automatically moving forward. We're gonna have to restart. So let's do that real quick. Let's go back to the hang on. Where are we? Okay, we're back. We're back. So mysterious. So glitchy. I will resume. Wait a second. What the fuck? What the? Hang on. Hang on. Load. Ropes. What is this? Hang on. Hang on. All right, fair enough. A POI I'm not really familiar with. We're here though. That's good. I kind of don't give a shit about much except for like that kind of thing. I want to make sure I can get into the it's out. I can get into the thing, so let's go find that as well. No way. No. Take the film. Hang on. Taking nothing. Yeah, nothing. I'll take a candy bar. It's a couple hundred calories. It's free. Soda, candy bar. Yeah, no. Let's get rid of that. We don't care about those. At all. It's got to be out there. That's another stem right there. I see it. All right. Let's go down here and see if we can find it by the cars. There should be vehicles down here that it might be by. I don't give a shit about this at all. It's not out there anywhere. I don't care about this fucking piece of thing. I just need to get down from here and go on about my business. Right? We have to go to Mystery Lake and get the loose bricks from there, right? Right. Don't care, actually. It's not the pistol we want. Yes. I have double Koshan. I don't see this being the right thing. I have a toilet in here. Like, that seems wrong. Like, at least put a toilet. Somebody can, piss or get out of the pot. Something. All right, so what I really need to do here is just get back home. Get to Mystery Lake, try to get to. It's not in Bleak. We already looked. It's not here. So it's either in Ash or it's in, it's in Timberwolf. I feel like I want to leave it here tonight. Honestly, it's Sunday. I don't want to do. Yeah, I want hours before I need to go to bed. Things happened today. We got clearance for things today, which was really nice. We're gonna have to go down and pick them up. But yeah, it'll be good. I don't know that I'm going to make anything on any of that. Like, I just want to improve my situation, I talk about this all the time on survival games. Just improve. Just improve what you're doing. Hey, I got water. Hey, I got food. Yeah. Do it. We don't have a whole lot of food. Shit. Let's eat all of that. And then we'll drink. Oh, hang on. Sodas. That's nice. We get full benefit from both of those. And then we'll drink, and then we'll walk in. And that's gonna be where we stop tonight. Yeah, that's that. That's that. I'm gonna go to the end screen. And there's no model here, so that works for me. This weekend was really hot, by the way. It was really hot. There was not a whole lot you could do on the side. It was just hot and oppressive. And we've got 17 days coming up. They're not the best 17 days, but it's 17 days where I don't have to think about getting up for work or doing anything. And I just want to do things around here. It might be a good time. And I might even make a couple of videos. We'll see. But I'm going to end tonight. Fuck. We really want to get to Mountain Town to get 2. And then it's either Ash or Timberwolf for 3. Because 4 is back in PV. Look, mechanic is what it is. I'll figure it out as we go. We might still go start getting ropes next week. Because I'm just tired of doing this shit. And then there's going to be episodes like, okay, well, we have to go do this before we can do that. That might be fun. But we'll see. At least one more weekend, guys, of setup. I would like to get the community hall looking nice. At least one more weekend of setup. We're not even home right now. We're so far from home right now. All right, have a good night. Thank you. We'll see you at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Bye.